when it is very quiet. Now this is really important for this next bird because it has a very tough job when it comes to finding food. You'll find this bird in very cold regions of the world, in parts of North America and parts of Northern Europe as well. Now this next bird pretty much is just like the barn owl, does what it says on the tin. This is a great grey owl and his name is Benedict. So just like with Bucky, Benedict actually came to us from when he was an egg, believe it or not. We've actually got his parents here with us at the zoo still. They are found just in the woods on the entrance drive. We've got a breeding pair of great grey owls there. They actually laid some eggs 2 years ago now, 3 years ago. We took half of those eggs and left half of them with the parents too. Now that's a really good thing to do when it comes to owls and when it comes to letting birds breed as well, because we are obviously able to incubate eggs ourselves, hatch them out and rear these young owls, but we also want to give the parents a chance to do so as well. So 50-50 chance that we will still have some great grey owls being produced. Luckily, at the minute, they are listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List, but with a lot of species in the world at the minute, that is not a surefire way that they're going to be protected forever. Things like deforestation are a massive problem affecting these birds in the wild, but even availability of prey species too is another problem that's going to be affecting them very soon. We as humans are very good at controlling the rodent population, which unfortunately makes up a lot of the diet of owls. A great grey owl like Benedict here, about 80% of his prey is actually rodent-based, so things like lemmings and other kind of North American and Northern Europe rodents too. And it does comprise of some birds, some other animals as well, but it's mostly these rodents. Now Benedict weighs a lot more than Bucky, who you saw first there. So Bucky actually weighed in at just about 290 grams, whereas Benedict here weighs well over a kilo. He weighs 1.04 kilos actually in full weight. So that's actually not as heavy as you may think, because he is a very big bird, but a lot of what makes up Benedict here is actually feathers. Believe it or not, his skull is actually quite small, and his skull starts about this far into his head as well. So all of these feathers on top of his head there are again for warmth and for protection too. He is not the best bird when it comes to learning how to fly either, as you can see there. Obstacles and stuff like Becky was perfectly avoiding just don't even register on Benny's spectrum there. He is not the brightest bird in the world, but that does just make us love him more. Now, as I mentioned, we did hand rear Benedict as well. With owls being such solitary predators and solitary species in general, you don't actually tend to find them living and hunting together. They pretty much always hunt by themselves. So it does take a bit of hand rearing to get these owls to imprint upon you, to get them to the point where they're training, and of course enjoying themselves on these displays too. It wouldn't be good for us to just bring out these birds if they were terrified the entire time. We want to make sure they're as comfortable as possible, whilst also enjoying themselves as well. Now Benedict has got a very big wingspan here, but believe it or not, he is not the largest species of owl that you will find in the world. That title is actually held by the Eurasian eagle owl. But Benedict title to his name here, he's actually the tallest species of owl, especially the tallest found in North America. Now believe it or not, Benedict does have some very long legs hidden just under those feathers there. You can see him as he's on the floor there, but also just before he lands on the glove, those legs extend, and these long legs are essential for his style of hunting. Now just like with Bucky, he relies on his hearing as well. You can tell that by looking at that large facial disc there. A facial disc on an owl is not something you'd find on an owl that relies on its eyesight instead, like the Eurasian eagle owl. But with a bird like Benedict here that has a large facial disc, you know for a fact that their hearing is an important aspect of their life. Now, unlike with Bucky as well, he doesn't have a lovely area like this to hunt in. What Benedict will have to deal with in the wild is a very thick layer of snow. This layer of snow can quite easily blanket an entire territory for these great grey owls, and of course they still have to find prey even in the winter. So using his very impressive hearing and flying very close to the ground, as you have seen him doing this afternoon, what he's able to do is help out his hearing a little bit more there. He's able to listen out through that layer of snow, locate those prey species, usually by movement, a little scratching sound as they run through these icy corridors. And then once he has got an exact location pinpointed with his hearing there, he will plunge both of those legs through that layer of snow and try and catch those prey species. Now you also notice with Benedict here, he has feathers going all the way down to his talons there. So unlike with Bucky, her feathers stop just above the knee area, whereas Benedict's go straight down to his talons. Again, this is just a little bit of extra protect you from that colder climate. Now Benedict here, as I mentioned, has beautifully coloured eyes there as well, so you will find them hunting in the day, but they are very elusive species too. You'll find them in very thick coniferous forests in the wild, which does make them very hard to find. They also have completely silent flight as well, so you're not going to have a chance of hearing them flying past you. They've got specially serrated feathers along the edges of their wings there. Again, just another adaptation that helps out that hearing of theirs. So they are very quiet, very elusive, but they're also thieves, believe it or not. They're very lazy birds when it comes to rearing their young chicks and when it comes to nesting too. What you'll tend to find this species doing is actually stealing the nests of other large birds of prey. So rather than building them for themselves, what they're going to be doing is finding any already constructed nests and just moving in quite happily. So that is a great thing for us to be able to observe them in the wild. We can set up artificial nest platforms which will allow us to actually know where these birds are nesting, where they're breeding, and most importantly where they're hunting to, so we can protect them. Well, Benedict and Becky have done a very nice job for this